Hello everyone. Hello to everyone just joining in. How are you? How are you doing? How are you? I'm fine. Hello everybody. This is Pronunciation Live, BBC Learning English Pronunciation Live, and I'm Roy, and welcome to this week's Pronunciation Live. Hello. Hello if you're joining us now. Hello. Okay, so welcome to this week's Pronunciation Live with me, Roy. And we call it Pronunciation Live because we're focusing on the pronunciation of lots of different words. And about 2 hours ago, I think, I sent you a request to send me lots of great words that you would like me to pronounce for you today. And we have so many good words, so thank you very much if you sent one of those to me. And don't worry if you didn't manage to send a word, because there'll be plenty of opportunities throughout today's Pronunciation Live. Now, it's called Pronunciation Live, as I say, because we focus on that pronunciation. But don't worry, I will also be explaining very briefly, I'll be explaining the meanings of the words as well. So don't worry about that. Hello. And as I said before, my name is Roy, and I'm from BBC Learning English. And I'm actually from a place in England. I'm from the UK, I'm from England, and I'm from a city called Nottingham, which is in the middle of England. I don't know why I did that. The middle of England, north, south, middle of England. And it's famous for somebody called Robin Hood, and he had a bow and arrow. I don't know if you've heard of Robin Hood, if he's famous, but he's a famous character from England. And that's where I'm from. And the reason I tell you this is because my accent is from Nottingham. So I have a Nottinghamshire accent, a Midlands accent. And on the BBC Learning English team and all over the country, you'll hear lots of different accents because the UK has lots of different accents, which is fine. So you're going to hear, and if you watch Pronunciation Lives with my colleagues, you'll also hear different accents, which is brilliant. But my accent is from Nottingham. So what else do I need to say? Well, third of all, I suppose. Well, most importantly, is that you need to hear me. So you definitely need to hear me. So if you've got any earphones or headphones, make sure you put them on so you can hear me. Or, turn up the volume as long as there's no people around on a bus or anything like this, so that you can hear me, because obviously I will be pronouncing lots of great words that you have sent me, so you need to hear me. So that's really important, because if you're listening for the pronunciation and you can only hear this, it doesn't work. So just to let you know, my name's Roy, I'm from the Midlands, I'm from Nottingham, city of Robin Hood. This is BBC Pronunciation Live, where we practice the pronunciation of certain words that you send me or sent me before. And also you need to hear me and send me lots of different words during today's Pronunciation Live so I can pronounce even more than I have prepared. And of course, make sure you can hear me. So without further ado, let's move on to our first, not word, but 4 words. Wow. There you go, that's value right there, because that's not just 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 words. 4 words. So let's put that and make that small. And that first word, L-I-V-E. Now, I said that live, it's pronunciation live. So live, if we say live, it means that it is happening now. So this is actually happening now. This is my room. This is me, live, happening right now, live. And that's one way of saying that word, but we can also use it to say live. So live is when it's the verb. I live in Nottingham. I live in England. Live. So live is when it's happening now. Live is when we are, when we live somewhere, when we inhabit somewhere. So tell me, where do you live? Where do you live? The second word, L-I-F-E, is life. Life. Okay, so this is, life is like the noun form. And basically, I quite commonly say, how's life? This is a great way of saying, how are you? This is a me thing. I say this a lot. How's life? How's life? Are you okay? How are you doing? It's nice, sort of informal way of saying how are you? How's life? How is life? Okay. The next one on that list is lived. 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 Okay. So this is the past simple of live, or it can be the past participle. Lived. And listen to that end of that pronunciation, that end sound. It's a d sound. Lived. Lived. So I live in Nottingham now, but I lived in Brazil. I lived in Brazil in a city called Belo Horizonte. Lived, and it's got that d sound. And the last one is the ing form, so it could be the continuous verb, or the gerund. Living, living, living. So it's live or live, life, lived or living. Okay. Thank you very much to Vahid for sending that word into us today. Thank you. That's, well, not that word, those 4 words. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next one. Let's make it big. Tasks, tasks, tasks. So tasks are your things that you have to do, like your, so I have certain tasks I have to do around the house, such as cleaning and all those horrible things. Cleaning and ironing, these are some of my tasks. And I also get tasks from work, things that I have to do. They're my objectives, if you like, my little jobs, if you like, tasks. Now, this word, obviously with the S, it's plural. Yes, duties. I've just seen that there. Tasks. And this is obviously the plural, so 2 tasks. And something really interesting about this. Now, I mentioned there's the north and the south of England. And my pronunciation is quite southern in this one. I say tasks. Tasks. Can you hear that sound? Tasks. Repeat after me. Tasks. 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 But some people in the north say tasks. Tasks. So it's an tasks. 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 Both are fine. It depends where you're from in the country, really. So as I said before, there's lots of different accents here in the UK. You're going to hear lots of different accents right here on BBC Learning English Pronunciation Live, which is brilliant because it helps you learn there's maybe not just one way of saying something sometimes. Okay, so thank you very much to the person who sent that word for me there. Let's move on to this word. Now, this word's a common one. I'm going to have a drink. Drinking is very important. Drinking water is important because otherwise my voice goes and I can't pronounce words. So this is a 2-syllable word. Let's make that small. Now, a lot of students ask, how do I pronounce this word? And I say schedule, 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 schedule. It's like there's hey, shh, my baby. I have a young baby, and I have to say shh to a number of people. Schedule. 2-syllable word, and the stress of this word is on that first syllable. Schedule. I sometimes do this with my hand. Schedule. Schedule. To show you where the stress is. Schedule. And schedule, the meaning of this word is it's like your timetable, if you like, your schedule at work, all those things you have to do. So in your schedule, there may be plenty of tasks. In my schedule, there's lots of tasks today. One of those is to do pronunciation live, which I love. I love doing pronunciation live with you guys. So thank you very much for joining me today. I really enjoy helping you. Okay, so let's now head into the comments and have a look at some of the words that you have sent me today. So thank you very much for sending schedule. Let's have another. Oh, this is a brilliant word. This one is from Suamei Ozdemir. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but I've tried my best. And this is procrastinate. Procrastinate. Can you hear that one? Procrastinate. And this means to sort of waste time, if you like. So quite often we say, oh, you know, my wife will ask me to do something around the house, a task around the house, and I will procrastinate. I will waste time looking like I'm doing something, but I will waste time procrastinating. So that's procrastinate, procrastinate. I've just seen one go up in the comments there, and it is queue. And this word, like British people, we love to queue. We love being in queues. We love queues. This is standing in a line. We have this wonderful word for standing in a line, and it's queue. And interestingly about this word is the way it's written. It's Q-U-E-U-E. So it looks like Q-U-U, but we say queue. So that's our favourite word. Let's have a look at one more from the comments. And that is exactly, which means precisely, exactly right. That one was sent to me by S.Y.96, so thank you very much. Okay, and if you're joining us now, thank you very much for that word. If you're joining me now, this is BBC Pronunciation Live, and I'm Roy. So thank you very much for joining us today. Hello, if you're just joining us now. And I'm going to answer a question now. What's the shortest way to learn English? I just seen this question before I skip on. It's practice every day. There's no quick fix. There's no solutions. It's about practice. Whenever you learn a language, it's like the example I always used to give, and it works for pronunciation and it works for learning a language. When you go to the gym, I need to go to the gym, I need to exercise. The first time, it's very, very difficult, but you need to train every day. Train, practice. And eventually, it gets easier. And it's the same with the language, and it's the same with your pronunciation. Practice. For pronunciation, when I was learning Portuguese, I used to sit in front of the mirror every day, making sounds. Like, yes, practice. Lots of practice. So I used to stand in front of a mirror every day, speaking. Everybody thought I was a bit crazy, but I was there, like, trying to make the words, trying to say the words. And it's exactly that. Somebody just said, practice makes perfect. It does. And if you're just joining us now, I'm Roy from BBC Learning English. Hello, welcome. And just to let you know, you can find us all over social media. We are everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, obviously, because that's where I am right now. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. And we even have a website, bbclearningenglish.com. Again, that's bbclearningenglish.com. And you can use it to, there's lots of materials on the social media and the website, and you can use it to practice your listening, your reading, and there's lots of things like this, the pronunciation. But now I must crack on to the next word. And this one, anecdotes. 3 syllables. Let's make that small. Why is that up there? There we go. Anecdotes. So it's on the first syllable, anecdotes. And an anecdote is a story. It's a little story. I love to give anecdotes, and it's usually quite funny. A funny little story to explain something or to talk about someone. So, like, for example, whenever I think earlier I gave you an anecdote about how I procrastinate when my wife asks me to do something. So so I pretend I'm doing. Oh, I'm so busy at home. While my wife's like, "Can you paint the wall? Can you paint the wall?" I'm like, "Oh yeah. I'm just doing all this. So anecdotes. They're little stories. They give a little bit of context. They're usually quite small, and they're usually quite funny. So that's that one. Thank you very much for sending us that one. Okay, the next one. Dangerous. 3 syllables. Dangerous. First syllable is the stressed syllable. First syllable is the stressed syllable, so it's dangerous. So it's that j sound in the middle. Dangerous. And if it's if it's dangerous, if something is dangerous, it's like something that can put you into harm, into some kind of, I keep saying danger, but something to be scared of. Like maybe it's something that could hurt you or damage you. So for example, what is dangerous? Snakes. Snakes can be very dangerous if they bite you. And you get poisoned. That can be dangerous. And there's lots of things. I think that sharks, I'm genuinely terrified of sharks. And I think, personally, going swimming in the ocean is dangerous. That's my thing. So dangerous. It's an adjective. It's dangerous. Dangerous. The next one. Facility. 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 You just have a drink of water. Facility. 4-syllable. Facility. And a facility, we often say the facility, it's somewhere where you do something or use something. We often talk about what facilities does a building have? What things does it have to help you? So a facility could be, what facilities does it have? So like a lift, maybe a facility, or an engineering department could be a facility. And the pronunciation of this word is facility. Facility, the plural, facilities. Facility. Facility. I hope that helps. And now let's take another trip back. Oh, facility, another word for that. If you're talking about a city, I've just seen synonym. If you're talking about a city, it could be an amenity. An amenity, like what local amenities, the shops and everything like that. A room full of facility. Lots of facilities here to use, like computers and lots of things like that. So I hope that helps. Let's head now back into those comments. Oh, I love this word. This word is from Silicium, and it's ambiguous. Ambiguous. Now, if something is ambiguous, it's not exactly obvious. It's not easy to, it's a bit vague, a bit ambiguous. So it's quite difficult to understand precisely. So maybe I give you some information, but it's a bit ambiguous. It's not clear. It's not clear. So brilliant word. I love that word. I think it's a beautiful word. Hello. I think it's a beautiful word. Let's have another one. Okay. This one is, I've just seen a comment, please clean the lens. I think it's actually the light. So sorry about that. Oh, this one is grave. Grave. And this can be the place where, in a cemetery where you put a dead body in the grave. Grave. Let's have one more from these comments here. There's lots of different comments. This one is from Suleb, and it's recruit. To recruit someone is to give them a job. To recruit them, to give them a job. Recruit. And a person can also be a recruit. A new recruit. It's quite commonly used, I believe, in the army, where somebody's a new recruit in the army. But you can also use it for a business. This is our newest recruit. It's quite unusual to use, I think, in a business. But I would probably say this is our newest employee or something like this. And let's have